Switch off your televisions. Turn off your TV sets. Stop watching this. Turn it off. Turn it off. Please.
Hello and welcome to The Final Podcast, the last podcast you'll ever listen to.
Booze, brews, and horror movie reviews. Your final bros have survived.
We are joined by Brian Hotboy Lagrosta.
Turn off your dicks. And we are joined by Shane, I'm on the Rotunda, Smith.
Please turn off your pussies.
Joined by Mike the Cannibal Gypsy.
Please turn off your assholes.
And the
Matt, that goes for you because it's Matty Triple Shits.
Woo!
Let's get a fourth shit.
Matt, do you have a fourth shit in you? Are you comfortable with me exposing how much you've shit today?
That's fine.
Okay, cool.
Shane had an interesting, somewhat anti-Semitic remark before this, calling Matt Mr. Lipshits. Can we talk about that?
I wouldn't call that anti-Semitic. That was the name of the doctor in the Rugrats.
Well, what about when you said before, I hate Jews? Oh, by the way, Matt also goes by Mr.
I
Lipshits.
definitely never said that.
And then you were like, oh man, Jews smell real bad.
That is bleeping us out like they would if we were an actual radio on-air program. We are The Final Podcast, the podcast that reviews a horror movie every single week. And this week we're talking Late Night with the Devil, the 2023 Shudder original. And yes, we're going to review this movie in its entirety, scene-by-scene commentary. We're going to follow it up with a rating 1 to 10, right? 1 being a pile of dog shit, 10 being a perfect David Dastmalchian picture. And then following it up with the obviously best kill of the movie, which we've done week over week. Sometimes the most memorable kill, sometimes just the coolest kill of the movie, followed by Shane giving a eulogy.
Yes, I do all of that.
You do the eulogy.
And I do the whole thing. I give the review. I give the scene-by-scene breakdown. I give the eulogy.
Are you taking credit for...
You did basically said I do everything
just
on
this
the
podcast
show.
as a whole?
I do everything on the show.
Next you're going to say, oh, I fucking edit, and you take credit for Brian's editing?
So I do, because I made a deal with the devil, and now I control all of this. All of this is mine. Who's getting the cancer?
Oh my God. Shane has become Jack Delroy.
Yeah, buddy.
You gotta admit, that's a pretty good late
Segue.
night host.
Jack Delroy is an amazing late night host name.
Jack Delroy.
For sure, at some point between the next, now and 53 to, maybe 62 minutes, we're going to rank late night talk show hosts. And I'm telling you right now, I am telling you, Craig Ferguson's at the top.
Yeah.
Craig Ferguson is
And
number
I
one.
won't hear any different.
No,
The
you're
problem
100%
is,
right.
I feel like their late night talk show hosts are typically products of their time.
Yeah.
I have never watched the peak era of late night talk show, so I have no Carson or any of that knowledge. I don't. I watched from I have seen Craig Ferguson. I've seen a little bit of Conan's and your Seth Meyers and your even Tom Green. I've always been a big fan of Tom Green when he was doing it back in the day.
I love Tom Green.
Now you have a lot of them. So yeah, I'm down to definitely rank we rank top 5.
Yeah, so 1 is Ferguson.
Craig, easy.
2 is Conan O'Brien.
I'm a fan of Conan. So far, I agree with you.
So can I do Jon Stewart with The Daily Show?
Absolutely.
Yeah, why not?
Because I fucking actually his early run with The Daily Show and Comedy Central was hilarious.
It was a strong run.
It was really good.
I feel like Colbert was also good on Comedy Central. And then once he got his own on was it CBS?
Yeah.
He wasn't good.
Look, I'm not going to say whether vaxing is good or bad, but once he started doing the vax
The
dance,
dance.
I was like, yeah, I don't know. He's not.
It's a little cringy.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe, you know what it is? Maybe Jimmy Fallon at 5, because he's harmless. He's just a nothing burger of a talk show host. And I'm going to put him at 5 because the rest are kind of trash.
So you're going to leave out the Lenos and the
Yeah,
I never watched them.
I'm surprised you left out Leno, because Leno probably would have been 3 for me.
I never watched them. I actually have no reference of
You've
ever
never
watching
seen
it.
an interview with David Letterman?
No. I've never watched Letterman.
bit shocking.
I never watched Leno.
I mean, that's fair. You can't really rank what you've never seen.
That's
so
the thing.
that's fair.
Carson probably was the best of all time, but I've never watched him.
Yeah.
David Letterman, from what I've seen, he's a hermit with a beard. I've never watched his talk show host.
He's become a bit of a hippie now. It's kind of weird, but
Because like I don't know, if I haven't watched you, I can't say.
I'm gonna throw a wrench in there. I'm gonna throw something crazy that like 15 years ago I never would have said. I'm gonna throw Bill Maher in the mix.
Wow.
I think he's just so controversial. I'm throwing him in there.
Bill Maher.
Throwing Bill Maher in the mix, baby.
You know what's crazy? I low-key do love Bill Maher.
He's just like this smug arrogance that like you hate to love him. Like I don't know how else to describe it.
Would you call him like the Skip Bayless of
Kind of.
He is a hot take artist. He just gets a reaction out of people. Yeah. See, the thing is, like, I think other talk shows, like, I hate Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah. Like,
so yeah, the two then with the Jimmys, they're both incredibly fake to me. I think Jimmy Fallon's fake.
Yeah, but he's just such a non-entity. I feel like
he's not like problematic.
No,
he's like a product of his environment.
Exactly.
I feel like he needs to have good guests to stand
be
out.
good.
He's not gonna like on his own carry the load.
Agreed.
Whereas like a lot of these talk show hosts, you watch them for them. Like
yes.
you know, like you're not watching Fallon for Fallon. That's at least my description.
I agree with that.
You could go on YouTube and find like a compilation of like 10 straight minutes of fake laughing from Fallon.
Yeah,
he just seems like. But then I've seen Fever Pitch, and I'm like, that's a brilliant.
It is a good movie, and
movie.
it's very pro Red Sox, which I can't stand. But it is a good movie. Yankee fans do like Fever Pitch.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
But yeah, back to my top 5. Very tough because I have not watched a ton of late night.
Yeah, let's hear it.
And people love late night talk shows. Yeah. I just don't have the background. So if I was to judge my top 5 from what I've seen, I'm gonna say, wait, who was your one again?
Craig Ferguson.
Yeah, 100%.
He was so good.
My number 2, who you said Conan?
Yeah.
I'm gonna agree with you.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna put Leno at 3.
Fair.
And then I'm going to put who did I say before? I named people that I already forgot. I said Tom Green. I'm gonna put at 5, but I named somebody else.
Bill Maher.
Bill
Maher at 4. That's gonna be mine. So Maher at 4, and number 5 is gonna be Tom Green.
I'm actually taking Jimmy Fallon out of my top 5, and I'm putting Bill Maher at 5. Yeah, Jimmy Fallon's done. Bill Maher is so much better than Jimmy Fallon. Mike.
So our top 2 are all unanimous because
Okay.
I agree. 3, I'm going Colbert.
Okay.
4, Leno.
Okay.
5, definitely not that old fuck Letterman. I couldn't stand that guy. 5, Jon Stewart.
Good. Nice. I like it. Matt, get in it.
I can't. I'm not gonna make.
If you haven't watched, you don't.
Yeah, you don't have to.
I literally am a part of the shitty ones, so I can't really make it. I'm not gonna make any judgment.
I will say I religiously watched Craig Ferguson.
Not gonna lie, growing up, I didn't have cable yet, so I watched all of the late nights on like channels 2, 4, 7. So like I consumed a lot of this stuff.
I've seen like clips and whatnot of like Carson, Leno, but I can't make a judgment.
Wait, do you guys also consider like those like it's gotta be late night, right? Not like the middays.
Yeah.
I can't do like Jerry O'Connell.
No, because we're going like
you
the
wanna
show
talk
had
Drew
to air
Barrymore?
like 10 p.m. or later, right?
Yeah. Okay, that's fair.
What do you guys
it's
think
true
about
late night.
Seth Meyers?
Nah,
I can't tell if he's
Seth Meyers has funny skits, like the ones he used to do with the Game of Thrones casts back in the day. I thought were very funny.
He's truly mid. For me, like I am a little bit more on the dark humor, like edgy side. So I don't think that any of them are good right now.
Yeah.
And I think that, yeah, I think maybe eventually they'll get good again. I have noticed that like Jimmy Kimmel was subbed out for like Chris Stefano for like a little while, which I fucking loved.
Yeah.
Like he did one with like he had like Shane Gillis as a guest. It was literally Chris Stefano and Shane Gillis, and I'm like, what the fuck is happening? It was like the Wild West. It just felt totally unscripted. But yeah, no, I just feel like the comedy is just different, and the late night scene is not really for me.
Yeah,
it's gone downhill. Didn't somebody just recently get fired, or they're not renewing somebody's
Colbert.
Oh shit.
And South Park like did an episode on it already.
Of course.
They directly benefited from it, technically.
They did. They got a $1.5 billion contract from Paramount after that.
Yeah.
God damn.
They canned Colbert, and then they gave them like for 5 years, like a trillion, gajillion. No, it was like
it was 1.5 billion.
It was like a billion.
Yeah, it was like 1.5 bill.
This might not be the time or place, but we eventually have to have a conversation about Trey and Matt.
How they're
South Park guys.
the greatest like content creators of all time.
Fucking cardboard cutouts into what is.
Now $1.5
Yeah,
billion.
And not only that, there are other stuff.
They're like probably like the best like source of comedy ever. But just like the way that they approach it
Yeah.
is like just can never be like replicated. And the thing is like you can never like
Pretty fucking wild what they've done.
if you're
honestly.
you can never take shots at them. They will literally just bury the fuck out of you.
Yeah.
You can't do anything. Like they literally have just total control of
They literally made a episode making fun of Paramount the day after they got the contract from Paramount.
Dude, they put Donald Trump and like showed him with a micro dick.
Yeah.
Who else could do that?
that they can do whatever they could do literally whatever they want. And the more that I was actually just watching, dude. I was just watching the episode, rewatching like how they were doing the Russell Crowe fighting around the world
It's
bit.
one of
My
the
God.
funniest things that's ever happened.
Yeah, it's just like you can't hit South Park if they show you like that. You just got to commend them.
Al Gore running around yelling about man, bear, pig.
And they'd be like, it's just wild shit and it's hilarious.
Dude, calling out what anybody with a slight sense of humor knows, that Family Guy is not funny, and saying that fucking manatees wrote it.
It's one of the greatest jokes of all time.
Yeah, did it, and yeah, they get it.
Basketball is one of the funniest movies ever and
Yeah.
holds up to this day.
Oh, 100%.
Same
Orgasmo.
with Team America too.
Yeah.
Oh, Team
Also a
America
good movie.
actually makes more sense now
Yeah.
than it did.
No, there no doubt about it. They're the crowned kings of comedy.
Yeah.
100%. They deserve every dollar that they got of that 1 point whatever billion.
1.5 bill.
Yeah, they get it.
They're the best.
It's cold in here. Okay. All right. I know that's a long segue just talking about it, but you know it does matter because comedy is the central theme of a late night talk show.
100%.
Right? And what we're going to be talking about is Late Night with the Devil, which is the idea of this film is it takes the spotlight of a late night talk show host and his one chance, or not one chance, but main
His
chance.
last chance. Let's say his last chance.
His last chance of reviving his talk show. He's never been able to top Carson in the
Nope.
ratings. His show Night Owls has been on for a while. I think he's got some Emmy noms they mentioned,
does.
but he's never been able to get number one in the ratings. And they've been slipping and sliding over the years. He lost his wife to cancer like a year prior to the special. And we'll kind of dive into the background there. But stylistically, I thought this movie was unique and super cool.
I love this movie. Everything
So,
about this movie.
This movie's fascinating because other than these like little side shots that you see in the opening, this movie takes place in one location and one location only.
Yeah, the movie studio on the night of Halloween.
Yeah.
They do a lot of cool stuff where they reference the Grove,
Yes.
which I love.
I
Because,
love for so many different reasons. I think you go, but mainly about how applicable it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
You could, because we're going to
No.
talk about the same thing. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's more so how, like, the Grove, like, nowadays people think is a real thing that the celebrities go to worship the devil, and obviously all the stuff with the children that people think they do at the Grove. And for this movie to, like, outwardly reference it, and how Jack Delroy has made a deal with the devil at the Grove to become the #1 talk show host, and the idea that to do that, obviously something has to be taken from you.
Yeah.
And his wife is what was taken from him to make this deal to become the number. I think it's fascinating, and I think it's eerily real
100%.
to what might actually happen in Hollywood.
Total themes, and the movie does remind me of some other movies I've seen actually fairly recently with this whole like sell your soul concept, like what you're willing to give up for fame and success.
Wait, so is the girl is like the Illuminati?
I for me it kind of felt like #1 just like the Weinstein Hollywood
Yes.
scene, Epstein scene,
Yeah.
Okay.
like the secret society of that's essentially
So it's
like
all
a
the
cult.
same shit.
It's
It's
Do
like
you
an
believe in the
elitist thing.
Illuminati? This like all ruling power.
I don't know if it's the Illuminati per se, but I do believe that we are ruled by a set of trillionaires kind of that are in the foreground background that no one knows about. And they control all the strings of the government and all these big corps and all this stuff.
Yeah, I do think there's definitely some. I want to say just like I don't even know if they're secret societies, but I think there's definitely just like some groups of people that just do some really weird
Yeah.
shit, and I just think there's connections and like networking that maybe borders on like
The occult.
or just evil. Like
Yeah.
I think that we've seen just like the whole like Epstein thing go through, and now we went through the whole Diddy saga.
Yeah. I think the scariest thing about nowadays is now they can do it in the open and there's nothing we can do about it. And they do it in the open because they know there's nothing we can do about it. Like, everyone knows Epstein didn't kill himself. And the government knows we know Epstein didn't kill himself. But they're like, well,
It's like these shadowy cabals.
yeah,
We're gonna call them a cabal.
I like it.
I will say like the side of like the Illuminati, like where to make it in like entertainment, you have to like worship the devil.
Yeah.
Like to be like fucking, I don't know, Coldplay or like Jennifer Lawrence. You have to like sell yourself. I don't buy that. There's some people who are generally like super fucking talented.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
I think
And
that's
make it
the most
big
of them.
because they're talented.
Yes, but I think sometimes to get ahead of the other people,
Yeah.
you do a little extra.
I like to call it pay for play.
Okay.
Where I do think that to get roles and to be like, I do think the first step is sometimes fucking your producer.
Yes.
Like, and I think there's been enough evidence in small doses to say that's correct.
There's a reason there's certain really good actors leave Hollywood without notice, or like they only take certain roles, or they stay out of the limelight.
There's also a lot of very odd interviews where actors are asked to discuss certain people and they just refuse to answer the questions.
Yeah.
And it's very awkward.
Yes.
So it's like this thing where like people know that maybe like not holistically things are happening. Obviously, that's not true.
Yeah.
But in small pockets,
To get ahead, you give head.
yeah, I mean like that is essentially the theme.
I would hate to think that any fucking artist or actor I've ever liked or followed has gotten where they are because they sucked dick or got
If
fucked.
it makes you feel better, just remember any artist you like has most likely fondled kids.
God, that's so dark.
And with that said, let's jump right into the spooky pit.
Oh man.
Late Night with the Devil, released in 2023, a late night TV show host has a Halloween special to boost his ratings and retain his former glory, while evil has other plans. Film was directed by Cameron Carnes and Colin Carnes and stars David Dastmalchian, Laura Gordon, Ian Bliss, Ingrid Torelli, Riz Oteri, Faisal Albazi, Georgina Haig, and Josh Quang Tart. Yeah, I think this movie is really structurally brilliant because I love the idea of them spending the whole film as an actual broadcast. I do like how they do the on the air in color and off the air
Black and
commercial break in black and white. I also like the very quick and not elaborated opening to the movie. 'Cause I think that by leaving some things very quick, it gives you like a little room to like piece things together as the audience. There's no spoon feeding,
Right.
which I think is great.
Yep.
Especially like all the shots like to the Grove and the pictures of the Grove.
Yeah, it's all very well done. They give you just enough breadcrumbs to kind of piece everything together throughout the movie, and then it doesn't beat you over the head with it at the end like every other movie
Yeah,
has.
no, I mean I think the end like happens pretty quick, but like
Oh, it's crazy. When in the end, like, it just like,
spirals.
yeah, fast.
I think that while on the surface you kind of get the idea of what's going on, I do think there's some elements to what you're shown that is interesting, especially as it relates to the medium and the wife.
Yes.
That I want to talk about that I find really cool about this movie. But yeah, I guess we'll just start with saying like some of the recaps of like what we mentioned earlier. Jack Delroy has a show, a late night talk show called Night Owls. Night Owls is, for better or worse, it was doing well and then kind of just like has been shifting in the rankings over several years. He never was able to top the charts.
Yep.
Just because of how much Carson dominated it, made it very clear. They said that he's gotten notoriety from the show. They also just mentioned very briefly that he's associated with an occult group that goes to the woods called the Grove in the late 60s, and that he has like ties to this group, that him and a lot of the elite company they just go to the woods and no one really knows what they do.
What they do, yeah.
But like, dude, if you're gonna do that to that level and sacrifice your wife, wouldn't you want to be more than a successful late night talk show host?
That was his dream, though. That's what he wanted. I think the whole point is.
Wouldn't you? So this is what, the 60s. Wouldn't you fucking want to be like Paul McCartney or something and be in the Beatles?
But if you're not going to be that, this is the next best thing.
I just think that like, how much do these people make? Because if you're think about Carson, like, there people like he is talk show god.
Yeah.
Like when you talk about like,
He definitely made a boatload of money when he was doing it.
I think these guys make a shit ton of money, and I know that they're not like maybe the household names of like a McCartney, but like I guess in the late night world, like everybody tries to corner their thing.
Yes. Well, because you got to think back then, movies were cool, and TV shows were cool, but it was late night talk show was the big thing. Like that's what everyone watched.
This is like pre-social media. Like you like this is what you just had TV and radio, right? So like you're just going home to watch this, you know, and this is the 70s, so TV's been on for like maybe a few decades.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean like, but for like what I gather from this movie and the real world, it's Carson and then like everybody else. Like there's a
there's a huge gap.
So for the time, Johnny Carson's salary was $25 million per year.
Which is insane when you actually think about it.
Yeah, like that's actually nuts to think about. When did he do his thing?
In the early 90s.
No chance. No chance. Really?
That's what it's saying.
No, Carson was in the 70s.
Yeah, I thought he was in. Did he go to the?
My fault. Read something different. My fault. Let me see.
Yeah, because I was gonna say Carson might have been dead in the 90s.
That was something different.
Yeah.
Okay.
So say it was the 70s. What is that prorated?
Well, no, he looked it up wrong, so the salary is probably even different. Because I was gonna say 25 would have been way too high, because 25 mil, like, I don't even think athletes were making anywhere near that. And like,
I think Jordan's highest contract ever, like his per year, was like 30, and that's the 90s.
That's what I'm saying. So that's why that seemed way too high. 25 mil, he'd be living like a king. He would have owned a small country.
Jordan's got to be like one of the top money makers in sports history, I would assume.
I think he is the
just
top.
because based on like his like
his
all
sneakers.
encompassing
Sneakers,
sneakers and
yeah.
advertising.
Jordan, the sneakers will be relevant
Forever. Yeah. They're just a collectible. Yeah. Like, they'll never not be a collectible.
October 1st, 62.
To when?
60.
Does it say when his like last broadcast was? I'm just curious to see when he was relevant. It looks like it went through the 80s.
That makes sense. I mean, he was super popular.
Yeah, 62 to 92.
Yeah.
So 30 years almost.
Damn.
Wild.
Yeah. And it is the longest running
33.
talk show. 6,000 episodes over 30 years. Larry King Live was over for 25 years. He was
God, I forgot about Larry King.
Not for me.
I never watched him. The only thing I've ever seen was his one thing with Dan Aykroyd, where Dan Aykroyd was selling Crystal Head vodka to him because Larry King took a shot and he's like, oh, he actually makes that noise. It's so funny. Man. All right. So, Brian, Halloween night.
It's his one chance.
This is a one shot, his last shot to beat Carson. And he has all the hitters. He has the great Tazau. Or what's
That would be Christu.
Christu, that's it.
He's a medium.
He's a medium. He's going to do a little psychic reading. He has the skeptic who used to be a magician.
Yeah, that is Mr. Haig.
And he's going to prove that all of this is fake.
Mm-hmm.
And then his main event is the girl who has been...
June and Lily.
From the cult. She was a 13-year-old who was in a cult. They've been saved. And they're going to do a little seance. Unplanned seance. Originally, they're just going to interview them, but it turns into a seance.
Yeah, I mean, because like June wrote a book about it.
Yes.
About the 13-year-old girl that was rescued from a compound that lit itself on fire, essentially. It's the cult of Abraxas.
Yes. And Abraxas now lives inside of her.
Yeah, I mean, like, they're led by the great Zabo, whatever his name is. Sandor Zabo.
Sandor Clegane or something like that. Yeah. Yeah, so this is going to be a good show. Really good lineup.
I mean, you're right. It's got all the hitters.
Yeah, like, because the show is going to open with John Edwards coming on stage.
John Edwards. That's
literally though what this guy does, right? The Edwards Experience used to be the name of that show that was on.
John Edwards, and South Park makes the joke about John Edwards.
Yep.
Super funny. Yeah, and it kind of like what John Edwards does.
He's like, I'm hearing a Claire, and someone's like, you mean Melanie? And she's like, yes. Yes, I do mean Melanie.
Yeah. What I would say is the one last thing before we get into Christu is and is relevant to Christu, is that they do mention that his wife dies, Madeline, and the wife died of terminal lung cancer without ever smoking in her life.
Yes.
Which I think is very important. And then one of his broadcasts he had 2 weeks prior to her death, he had her on the show, and they kind of like discussed their marriage and stuff, and it was the highest rating show of his entire career.
Yeah. So,
and then obviously the show is sponsored by Cavendish.
The best.
But like, dude, having your wife on while she's fucking breathing into that's so fucked up.
Yeah, but no, you have to weigh it out. Love of your life,
ratings.
And if you're a Hollywood guy, ratings are always going to trump that.
I just think there's some people view, and like I said, I don't have any knowledge of this, but I feel like Hollywood relationships are oftentimes very transactional in the sense of like, I just need to be with someone because I'm here, so let's just show face and be together.
Yeah.
Where there's not like a true relationship there.
So you're saying it's not about having a partner, it's about letting the world know you have a partner.
Yeah, I think
it's more about perceiving that you're a normal person and not a reptilian.
Yeah,
You're really deep into this whole thing. I didn't know that about you.
I love a good conspiracy theory.
I do think there's like an element of that. Like I don't know, and like a lot of people, yeah, they're with people. That's why you see like these breakups like so frequent.
Yeah.
In this space, but you do see people they do make it. Like you like
yeah,
look at like Ryan Gosling and Eva Mendes. Like
Yeah.
they're still together for a while. Like
Yeah.
people do make it. It's just
There's certain people I feel like take themselves out of the limelight. They kind of just go in, do a movie, disappear, kind of like Daniel Day-Lewis used to.
yeah.
Like they seem more normal.
No,
It's the ones that are constantly trying to be out there and about and like.
There's tons of stories that you see. Like a great one is the dude that does Peaky Blinders and the guy that did Oppenheimer. I forgot his name, but he's always like
Cillian Murphy.
He's shown going back to Ireland all the time, like DJing at local pubs and like just being a total bro.
As soon as he finishes making his millions in Hollywood, he fucking gets the hell out of LA, goes right back home to Ireland.
So what percentage of Hollywood do you think is real, genuine?
Honestly,
I would say very small fraction.
5%.
Yeah, very, very low. I don't have a favorable view of that group.
No.
So you believe in the term like industry plant?
Oh, definitely. Like anyone who gets into like those big cliques, like the Diddy parties. Truly, like if you're going to the Diddy parties,
You're going to have a great fucking time.
yes, but you also
They're back.
You also do know what's happening at these parties.
Yeah.
Like you're complicit whether you want to be or not. Like if you're living that lifestyle.
It's the experience,
It
dude.
is the experience. Am I saying if I was in Hollywood, would I not attend a Diddy party? I might go to one,
Bro,
but I know everyone in this room would go to at least one.
Well, I've been on the hook for saying that like I think Diddy parties were probably quite the experience. I think I'm on the hook for saying they were probably at times pretty lit. And other times maybe not so much.
Yeah, no. I mean, LeBron has said it. There's no party like a Diddy party.
That's epic.
That's a word for word quote. I don't even need to see allegedly. There's video proof of him saying that.
Yeah. I mean, I think a lot of people went to the parties.
Oh, yeah, they
and
did.
I'm sure they varied, you know?
And it wasn't even like all huge people. There's like video of Diddy parties where there's just like fucking streamers at these Diddy parties. Like,
yeah. But yeah, no, I just think that it's hard to like believe what you see because
100%.
everybody needs to uphold a reputation for work.
yeah.
So it's very hard for me to like figuratively view Hollywood stars.
100, yeah. And especially when like Hollywood themselves, it kind of circles back to the movie. Hollywood themselves portrays them as this.
Yeah.
Like this movie was made, it was released, and it shows like what I mean, obviously it's a movie, it's fake, but it's like there might be some truth to that. These are what these people would go through to become famous.
Yeah, it's also not the only movie that does it. I can name like legitimately 2 other movies that are very similar. A movie called Starry Eyes, where a girl literally joins a cult to get parts in a movie.
I've never seen it, heard of it though.
Yeah, it's pretty good. And then there's Neon Demon, obviously. Like it's not like in Hollywood, but it's like modeling, right?
Yeah, it's the modeling
Like the
industry.
cannibal modeling
Which
industry.
modeling might be scarier than Hollywood.
Yeah, so like there's themes everywhere. There's also like other elements, non-Hollywood, that are like, I've seen movies where people technically, they quote unquote sell their soul to protect other people. We've seen a movie that we reviewed a little while ago where a person literally gives birth to the witchy Antichrist to ensure that she's protected and is given essentially a good harvest to survive a plague.
Let's go back even a little bit further. The fucking Jennifer's Body. The band is sacrificing Jennifer so they could sing Through the Trees at fucking Madison Square Garden.
Through the
trees.
What was the name of that fucking band? Was it like Drive Shaft or
it's
something?
Low Shoulder.
Low shoulder.
Shoulder.
Drive Shaft is from Lost, I think.
Which is fronted by the hilariously great
Adam Brody.
Adam Brody.
100%.
That
Through
movie.
the trees.
I will
Find you.
Okay. But
movie's so good.
context aside,
Yes,
a lot
we
you
should actually
can't talk about.
the movie.
Shane mentioned Chris Stew's up first. Chris Stew is a medium. He can speak to the dead. He gets signals. He mentions that sometimes he can't, he turns it on and off. He doesn't, he turns it on, he can get signals, but he can turn it off. Because Jack Delroy's like, wouldn't you just be, constantly frustrated? Thing is, what we experience in the next scene, what's going to happen is he really can't turn off the good and the bad signals that he gets.
So, do you think he was a fake medium, but the circumstances of this show made it real?
I don't know. It's a good question. I'm very skeptical with these things.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where I'm not one to say they're all phonies and frauds. But I wouldn't. We've always said this on the show. I would never fuck with the mediums.
Exactly.
Because you never know. So I'm of with this a more agnostic perspective of sure, they could be gifted. I don't want to fuck with it.
Yeah. No, I agree. And I actually think he did have some ability.
I think so too. I mean, okay, so you mentioned, he's going to do a reading right now, and
The first one's phony.
The first one is clearly there is a. I would assume this is a classic plant.
Yes.
The first guy that basically jokes around and basically screws everything. Yes, it could be basically making fun of him and saying everything is bullshit. It could be completely that he is bullshit. For me, the way he responds, quick, when I see this shit in talk shows, I'm like, okay, this is clearly.
It's a plant.
He's
yeah.
a plant in the audience.
But then when he goes to the mother-daughter and he talks to about the son, I'm like, this is seeming kind of he's not, because he wasn't doing the pulling things. He was just saying it to them. And it felt very oh, this might be genuine. And obviously after this, when he has the fucking breakdown and he's collapsing and he's Madeline, does anyone know a
Minnie? He says a Minnie.
Minnie. Does anyone know a Minnie?
Did you know right away that it was for Jack Delroy?
I had a feeling.
Me too. Right away when
Just
I thought.
because the plot's around him.
Yeah.
So
I'm there's no way he's going to be doing this with, in the way that he continues to get this without there being any involvement in the story.
yes.
So when Jack Delroy mentioned that the message was actually later in the show that was meant for him, and that it was a nickname for his wife, that kind of clicked. And obviously the skeptic either thinks that it was communicated to him or doesn't buy it, because that's going to be the next guest they bring on the show.
So the next guest, so they go to
Hold on, that skeleton guy, is he?
he's part of the cult. That's how I took it. The guy in the skeleton outfit, right, in the crowd bride, is part of the cult.
I'm assuming it reminds me of the Blue Skull people.
Society in Houses October Built.
Yeah,
I agree
it
with
reminds
that.
me of. But yeah, I think you're right with the cult stuff. Yeah.
So okay, that aside, he has he collapses. He's stressed out. They go to a commercial break. Jack's like, "Are you okay? That was amazing." And then he doesn't want to go back on. But they're like, "Go, you'll be fine."
He's they're going to bring on the skeptic. He's all bark, no bite kind of deal. Then you get the very greedy producer guy that is basically we're putting the show on no matter what. The Gus, what is he, like the Andy to
literally, yeah.
to Conan? Like he's like that side guy that's always with the talk show host, but he's even like spooked the entire
He was
night.
my favorite character besides Jack. I loved the side guy.
I agree.
I thought he played his role perfectly. But yeah, he's spooked. He doesn't want to do it, but he's like, we're all doing this. So they go to the next scene. They bring out the skeptic. He talks about how he offers $100,000 if someone can prove him wrong.
Yeah.
He's a con artist, though.
Total con artist. Caitlin would argue a total Brian LaGrassa type character.
Whoa.
Someone that I do love characters that are super sarcastic.
Yeah.
And he just fits in the Brian LaGrassa mold. But like he overdoes the frauds quite a bit.
So I'm fine with him calling out the first guy and saying it's not real and that certain things could have been, done with smoke and mirrors or whatever. It's later on when it's clearly...
Well, he also gets like a little disrespectful too. Like he gets a little disrespectful. And I understand where he's coming from. Because to his logic as a skeptic, he's viewing the world as like, you're conning people out of their hard-earned cash, preying on their trauma for cash. Like, you're doing this for money. Mm-hmm. But he gets really disrespectful when he starts like calling out the way that like she's a fraud, like you're not taking care, you're studying this girl.
Yeah.
He's like, you're not being motherly to her, like you say, you're being a horrible person.
Yeah.
She's like, that's not true. I literally took her out of a cult.
Yeah.
Like, are you crazy?
Yeah, no.
That's totally true. Like, she literally saved this girl's, like, gave her a home and like a life.
Yeah, no, he's definitely kind of an ass towards the end.
Is she like looks at her as a daughter or has actually adopted her? What is the... She just...
I think she's the legal... I think she's the guardian.
I think she's the legal guardian of the girl. But they're not on stage yet.
No, yeah, sorry. We're skipping ahead.
So right now it's the whole... He's going back and forth with the psychic, but then the psychic pukes black onto him.
That's the thing that is a little hard to fake.
Yes.
Is the projectile tar vomit.
Yes.
That goes literally on his own shirt, as well as on the camera that's that's shooting the whole thing, the front camera of the studio. And then they cut to commercial break right away after the guy just like vomits and they carry him out to be EMS'd out of the building.
When they go back to filming, you actually hear the sirens in the background, like taking him away in the ambulance and all that, which I thought was a really cool touch.
Really cool touch, yeah.
We will find out later that he died. Like, he dies from these.
He does die. They tells it to the skeptic, but it doesn't really he thinks about it, but it doesn't shake him. Like, I love it when the Jack brings it back on. He's like, what would you call that? And he mentions something about like this controlled regurgitation technique.
Yeah.
Yo, who is going to want to who can and would want to do that? And what is it that you have to do to get that tar?
You got to just drink tar and then regurgitate it.
It's clearly demonic, right?
Yeah,
that's clearly fucking wrong.
Yeah, no, it's gross. It's terrifying. So they go through that. They find out he died. That's when they bring on now Lily and
we should talk about is June. So June is I guess she's like some type of
paranormal researcher is what I would like to call it.
She studies like this psionic relationship and she's spiritual, and she has this 13-year-old girl, and they show this intro because she wrote a book, and the book is about how she took a 13-year-old girl and rescued her after she was involved in the cult of Abraxas, led by the one, the only Xandor Diabo.
Yes. Who
is this cult leader of the cult of Abraxas, where they would legitimately sacrifice people and cut people up really for gain.
Yes.
Basically what he said. He believes in pay for play.
Exactly.
But now it was a blood cult. They would smear blood. You good over there? Or you sleeping?
No, I'm good.
Tired?
A little bit. I'm good.
They would smear blood on each
coffee?
other.
I'm kidding.
And so their police is going to raid their compound, and before they are able to, he convinces the entire group to light themselves on fire.
Yes, as a cult leader always does.
And the 13-year-old girl escapes the compound, and they rescue her, and then she gets studied for being in the cult.
Yes. And that is going to be the rest of this talk show, is them interviewing her. They talk to her, and then she's she actually might be my second favorite part of the movie. I know I said the talk show host, but her eye work of how she stares into the camera. She stares into Jack.
It's a never-ending stop. Like, she always is looking into the lens of the camera at the people watching.
And it's so unsettling. It did a good job of freaking me out.
Yeah.
I don't know, like, I won't say scared, but like I felt uncomfortable.
So, like, literally the second she walks on screen in this movie, she takes it to just a different level. Like, the movie's good, and then she's appears, and it's like, the movie's like pretty batshit insane after that.
Yeah.
But like in a really good way, though.
Yeah, no, she's fantastic.
She elevates this movie in a very positive way.
Yeah.
And I would say that, like, June off the air tells Jack that it's a bad idea to bring her out. She's been uncontrollable as of late. She even, like, when they first bring her on, makes remarks before they cut to break about Jack, how's the wife, references the dead wife, talks about the dead wife and all these things, and that she's seen him previously out in the woods.
Yeah.
And all this stuff. And as the viewer, you're like, what does she mean by that? You do find out that, like, probably it has some involvement to his Grove Association.
Also, like, she calls him handsome. Well, no, she says that
June
says he's the handsome.
Well, they had a fling, right?
It's very obvious when they cut to break and how close they get to each other's mouths. Like, they are so close to each other's faces. Yeah, yes, they have a fling, number one, but number two, they make it really obvious when they cut to break.
So, is that just like his recovery from his wife, or are they saying that was an affair?
No, I didn't take it as an affair. I took it as because he read her book after the wife had passed away. Oh. I took it as he found comfort in her after the wife passed away. Not that. So that's the thing. I don't think Jack was a bad guy, but a flawed guy.
100%.
In terms of, like, he didn't maliciously go out to hurt anyone or do things wrong to his wife, but he was willing to do whatever it took for success. I don't even think he thought his wife would be the sacrifice for him to be. I think that was the unfortunate consequence of what was taken from him to get the success.
Totally agree. And I do like how the movie gives you that area of interpretation, because you don't know what he sacrificed or what he did. We're going off the assumption that it was like, will you do anything for success? It's going to take sacrifice. And he was probably like, yeah.
Yes. And he didn't ask what that would be.
But you have to assume. And what I like about this is that you may not think so, but there are definitely comparisons you can draw from the Grove to the Cult of Abraxas.
Yes.
Did you think they were one and the same?
I thought they were one and the same.
I agree.
I took it as they were one and the same pretty much the entire time.
The reason why they don't set it up like that, but the reason there's a few things throughout this movie that caught my eye, and it's the showing of owls. Mm-hmm. There's a giant wooden owl statue in the Grove.
Yes.
And then there's a small owl statue in the that, like, little trailer they did for the cult when they brought out June and Lily. And at the end.
Yes. And Lily just emphasizing that she's seen Jack before.
She's seen him before. How would she see him unless
he was in the Grove? I'm not saying he was in the cult to go, but he would have made a deal with the cult to...
Which is true blood sacrifice cult. And also, at the very end, because the end is interesting too, you do actually, I believe, there's a shot of Xandor Diabo and an legitimate owl costume.
Yes.
And the show, full circle, is called Night Owls.
Yep.
So very interesting.
Yeah. So that leads into them doing the seance to summon Braxis up into Lily, and she goes full exorcist mode. Her face changes, her voice changes. She's talking to Jack, and she starts to even float.
Well, he's going to do everything to make sure that this goes on the air, because, like, never before have they done, like, a live seance. Like, this is a live seance to get it out. And it's like it's pretty instantaneous.
Yeah.
Like, you're right. Like, her face changes, tone of voice changes. And then I think after this happens, she fucking levitates.
Yeah, she levitates. Yeah. She floats in the air. And so once that's done and they go back off air, like, the skeptic, he's looking at the chairs. He's like trying to figure everything out. He's like, how is this fake?
He's so fucking funny, because even with the Christu stuff, he talks to the family. He's like, oh, you had a questionnaire. Talk to me about this questionnaire. Yep. He, like, surveys the audience to find the skepticism.
But this is when he finds out Christu died. He finds out there that Chris Stewart had died, and so you think that's gonna lead him to like be like, oh shit, maybe this is real, but no, he stays skeptic. This is also though when people start walking off the show.
Yes,
like a lot of cast members have left, and Gus.
Gus is this.
He wants to leave, and they pretty much are like, you'll never work in Hollywood again if you walk off of this show right now. So he's forced to stay. They go back on air, and this is when the skeptic's like, I'm going to prove to all of you none of this was real. And this is really well done, this scene.
I love this scene so much.
He takes out his watch, he does the hypnosis, and we see that he tells Gus, oh, you're afraid of worms, and like a worm starts to come out of his neck, and then his stomach rips open, and worms are piling out, and a worm comes out of his head, and then when everyone wakes up, you're like, oh shit, okay, we were hypnotized. And Jack was like, wait. No, like run that tape back. Did anyone else see what I saw?
And it's just literally just there's no worms involved. He's telling him it's worms, so like he thinks it's worms, so he's like grabbing at his stomach. But like it's just his stomach.
Yes.
He wakes up with just like a shirt off. He feels embarrassed. And it's interesting because the whole audience and viewers at home, they're like, everybody saw the worms. I think they mentioned like only like one or two people didn't
see the worms.
So like the hypnosis, like someone might have been looking away, which is totally believable.
Exactly. But it plays so well into then Jack going, well, then roll back the other tape. If what we saw was real, then the tape would show it. And they pull up the tape, and obviously it's all real.
But this is where it happens.
And I never thought like...
and I think I know why this happens. So, and I got to give her credit. Caitlin actually pointed this out to me, and this is the second watch I had. When it actually happens, they do the playback, and like he's saying like, you know, stop it like at a particular point. And when they stop it, it's actually the wife like kind of like putting her arm on his shoulder, which means that she has been trying to probably connect in death to Jack
this entire time.
The entire time, like through the medium and through the airwaves now.
Yes.
Probably trying to help him in some way. Like I was thinking like, is she just trying to haunt him or help him?
I thought she was trying to help him.
And I think she is trying to help him. Even in death, even that she probably knows he sold her out.
Yeah.
She's trying to help him. Probably like you said, because he didn't do it maliciously. He just wanted this more than anything.
Yes. Like it wasn't his idea to sacrifice her. It's just what they took from him for.
Evidenced by the fact that she never smoked in her life and just gets cancer and dies. Clearly, it was a sacrifice.
Exactly.
Very clearly a sacrifice.
Yes. And does this instantly lead into the fucking...
Yes, this is it. This is what... Because now she's coming through to combat the demon. So the demon's all right. That's it. It's time to just go.
When Lily's head splits open and the fucking... The white lights are coming out, and then like fucking she twists Gus's head in half,
and he just like falls through the fucking glass table,
and then the necklace pulls June up and fucking pretty much it doesn't fully decapitate her,
cuts her throat. Yep.
And then the skeptic gets up and he's like trying to like exorcise the demons, and like he gets burned alive.
Oh, he gets melted. Like Indiana Jones style.
Dude, it's so crazy. I don't know why I thought, like, with the way this movie was going, that was how it was going to end. But, like, holy shit, to see it, like...
Yeah.
Go into that madness, I guess. Like
so fast. So quick. Now, I will say, in reading a lot of reviews, a lot of people don't like the end of this movie.
Oh, I loved it.
Yeah, I loved it too. But a lot of people don't like it. Well, essentially what happens is, like, he then goes into this, like, dream state. I don't know if, like, you could call it hypnosis or whatever you want. He goes into this dream state where, like, he walks into a room and then sees, like, his wife on her, basically her deathbed.
Yes.
And the wife basically saying, like, kill me because I have the cancer and I know what you did, but, like, please put me out of my misery. I'm almost positive when he stabs her, he's using the actual sacrificial life of Abraxas to do it. But he wants to put her out of his misery. And then out of that, like backing out of that scene, he just wakes and he just sees everybody dead around him.
And he's
live
stabbing
broadcast.
Lily.
And he's not stabbing his wife, but he's stabbing Lily. And I am assuming this was the wife's tactic through hypnotic state, to have him kill the demon.
Yes. But the issue is what was seen by the cameras if that was on live TV.
100%, which to me, then I almost am believing that to do this, the devil was probably also using him to kill everybody on the set.
Yes. It's so well done. It's so chaotic. It's so different.
So like that's the thing. And that's what the hypnosis is cool. Like,
Yeah.
do you think that like everything happened as it was shown, or do you think Jack Del Rio
Killed everyone.
Jack Delroy killed everybody on the set?
I actually believe what the camera saw was Jack Delroy kill everyone on the.
I agree.
And I think it leaves it on a sour note for that. But I think that's what the movie was getting at, is that what you see is not always what you are actually seeing. So what is being broadcast is Jack Delroy going on a murder spree of the cast and crew.
Yep. I believe it. And I believe that the killing of Lily is like the one thing that the wife could do to prevent the demon from
spreading.
being the next Audrey Earnshaw.
Yep. So with that said, that is Late Night with the Devil. And I have to say, this was one of my favorite movies I've seen in a while. It was absolutely fantastic. Great A horror cinema, story good, acting good, the way it's shot good, edited good, music good. There is not a flaw to this movie, and I am very, very, very close to giving this movie a 10.
Wow.
I don't think I'm going to, just because it's not in the upper echelon of 10s yet.
That's very fair.
It's not there. So I'm going to give it the closest to a 10-9 I can possibly give it. So I'm giving this movie a 9 out of 10.
Closest to a 10-9, so a strong 9.
Strong ass 9. I fucking love this movie.
It's high praise from you, Shano.
It is.
I'm going to go on the strong side, but bump it down one notch to a strong 8. What's the main guy's name?
David Ismalchian.
Yeah, so he's one of those dudes where if you've been watching movies for a while, you know exactly who he is, but you might not know his name.
Yeah.
Because he's been in a ton of shit, and he's just good.
He's creepy. He's usually not like, he's usually a creepy guy.
Dude, he plays a creepy guy in everything.
Yeah. He's usually
The
really
new season of Dexter.
Is he?
Plays a
That's
creepy
good for him.
guy.
Yeah, Prisoners.
Yeah, creepy guy.
Yeah, like he plays a really creepy guy in that. He's just awesome.
Very small scene in The Dark Knight. Creepy guy.
That's right. He's also in Oppenheimer too.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's creepy in that.
I think he's a professor in that one, but he's the creepy professor.
The creepy professor.
But yeah, that dude's awesome
Yeah, love him.
in everything and this movie. So this movie is good for what we're doing and like creating talking points, as evidenced by I think we spent the first like 25 minutes of this episode
Not talking about the movie.
not talking about this movie, but it's all spawned from
The movie.
this movie.
Like, it might seem like it's like out of place, but it's not. It's directly what the movie's kind of referencing.
Right. And I love how outside of like, you know, when they show like little cult snippets here and there, and I love me a good cult movie, that this movie takes place one location on one night. I didn't know people didn't like the ending. I thought it was fucking great.
Me too.
And
A lot of people just don't like this movie in general, to be honest.
That's crazy.
Like if you look at the reviews, like, they're not like clean 10s. They're like 6s, some 7s.
Damn, this movie's better than that.
I'm like, why though? I don't
I
understand.
think it's a really good contained story. I think it's very open-ended, but not annoyingly open-ended. Like, it's just one of two things, so you just pick your ending. It's not like
100%.
it makes no sense. And the
this
thing
chick,
is,
I don't know,
so
like,
good.
She's really good. I don't know if she's been in a ton of stuff, but like, dude, her mannerisms.
Yeah, she's great.
She's great.
Yeah, she
She's
really is.
so good.
great.
I don't think this movie had like a super high budget. I could be wrong in saying that.
So this is a
Shutter original.
That's awesome. I didn't know that.
Shudder, yeah. Shudder has some good originals.
Yeah, I mean, is that your review, Mike?
Oh yeah.
okay.
Strong 8.
Yeah, I have it as a 9 as well. In so many ways, this has been, I would say, like, there's really hard to criticize this movie because, for me at least, I love the setup. It was short, it was sweet and concise, and then structurally love that it's like you mentioned one location, but like how it feels like a talk show. Now, I'm not a late night talk show guy. I've watched it sporadically, mainly in clips.
Yeah.
But to me, this feels like what it was. And if you look at the set design, everything screams like this 70s vibe.
Yes,
like,
it does. The color
you mentioned,
especially.
You mentioned like the music and everything. It just feels so in theme. So I just think this movie wins on acting, on theme, on music, on scares, because she's creepy. The cult photography and videos are creepy, and they're not overkilled. There's some practical with the worms.
Yep.
There's some CGI with the
head bursting.
the head bursting. Like, this is like a horror movie fan's wet dream. But someone likes, obviously I'm more of a fan of like the artsier movies. It just does style well. So it's hard for me to criticize really anything about it. And I also love the ending. I think I know people now more days are like yearning for the open-ended. But I think that's like the perfect way to do it, and the way they did it based off the hypnosis
it's
element.
great. It's
just
so
like,
well done.
Could you have landed a better way to finish and complete the story? I don't think so.
Because it makes sense. It's not like that ending happens and you're like, oh, that makes like the story leads to that perfectly.
100%. There's reason for it.
Yep.
It's not like out of the blue. It's not shocking. It's completely embedded within the confines of the characters, because the skeptic's purpose is to challenge you, and this movie almost like challenges people to look at stars in a certain way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not like how we perceive them on screen.
Yeah.
So I think this movie actually does have like a deeper message. But yeah, I mean, like, every character is important. The medium is important to bring out the connection of the wife. Then you have Lily, who's obviously the demon.
Yeah, she's the vessel.
Meaning like June is obviously the relationship that he has post his wife, and basically the warning.
Yep.
And then the skeptic is the one that challenges you and challenges what's happening.
And he's very important for the hypnosis.
100%. So like nothing is without purpose.
Yep.
And I love that. You're right. It's like it's a 9 for me. Like it's a great movie.
I like how it makes like what a talk show you'd think would be, especially like behind the scenes, very like believable. Like, there's a lady going around fixing makeup on like 20 different people. Then there's like this head honcho guy that like doesn't care about like if
anything
there's
other than ratings,
other than just like fucking good TV.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Content. I think it does that very, very well. Also, like, another talking point, the classic saying, never meet your idols.
Yeah.
Because, like, the people you probably look up to and, like, essentially with celebrity culture, like, worship.
That's so true.
They're probably bad.
Yeah. That's so true. A lot of podcasters do that nowadays, too. They, like, have, like, their like one of their heroes on their show, and it just doesn't go well. I've seen it so many times now.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a very true statement.
So Matt, what was your rating?
I gave it a strong 9.
Okay.
It's 3 9s. And then, wow, I'm the low ball here.
Yeah,
huh?
that's
usually
normally not like that.
That's usually my job. I have been on the record for liking this movie for
a
while. For me, it was my favorite movie that came out in 2023. Like, I couldn't even think of like, I guess the next best one for me was like When Evil Lurks, which was really cool.
That was a really good one. I really enjoyed it.
I'm trying to think of like other ones. It's probably my favorite horror movie since I've watched The Menu.
The Menu's so good.
Yeah, like I'm trying to think of like something more recent. Obviously,
Smile 2 was really good.
Smile 2 was fantastic, actually. That's very true. Smile 2 was awesome. Yeah. But yeah, no, like it's fantastic. And it has a lot of cool kills because they all happen kind of at once, which is nuts. What was your favorite kill of the movie?
Yeah, so that's what I'm thinking. I actually really... It's tough. I'm going to actually go, though, with... I think June, right, is the girl getting lifted up and getting like the necklace to like slice her throat. I think was very clever, and I like that one. I'm gonna go with her.
I was probably gonna say The Skeptic.
The Melting Skeptic. That's a good one. I mean, they're all good.
I was gonna say Gus because of the shock factor.
That's also, it's so quick and abrupt.
I feel so bad for his character. Like he was the
He
one that
wanted
wanted
out
out
so bad.
early on. Yeah, man. You know who really doesn't get a taste of his medicine is the producer. Like the
He survives, right?
Yeah. At least as far as we know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Matt, how do we do this? We flip the coin or
Or no, well, Matt gets a
tiebreaker?
tiebreaker. It's literally any of the last 3 people killed.
I think I'll go.
We have head turn, we have throat cut, and we have
Melted.
melting man.
All good.
Are all good. I'll go necklace.
Okay, that's June.
June.
Junie.
June, are you there? June?
June bug.
J-Bone.
Is it not working? There we go. June, we're back. Junie girl, you were a great mother. I don't care what the skeptic says. You saved that girl. You took her from a cult. You're going to tell me getting studied slightly is worse than being in a cult where they sacrifice every day? Please.
My sacrifice.
Exactly.
When you are
With me, you were free because you were out of a cult and you were with me, and she's just so loving and caring, and I like her relationship. She was trying to build it with Jack Delroy. Too bad I don't think she realized Jack Delroy was also slightly in the cult.
Oh, yeah.
I feel bad for her. Like, she seemed like a genuinely good character who had a horrific way to go.
And that's the thing. I feel like none of these people deserve to. Even the skeptic.
He doesn't deserve to be
No,
melted
of
because
course
he's a
not.
skeptic.
Yeah, I mean, like, he didn't do anything harmfully bad.
no.
He's just questioning, and you know, maybe he's a little disrespectful, but
Yeah. And so we're sorry that we have to put you in our Necronomicon, June, but you're there. You're basically in our cult now.
yeah.
welcome.
Welcome. Join us. So that is Late Night with the Devil. Fantastic movie that Brian chose in the his and hers. So we had me choosing The Faculty, Brian choosing Late Night with the Devil, Mike choosing The Curse of Audrey Earnshaw, and then Matt choosing Girl on the Third Floor.
Yeah, mix an array of different movies.
Yes.
Some good, some awful.
Some really, really good.
Some mid.
Curse of Audrey Earnshaw.
Some Phil Brooks. But now we go into sequel September.
This is if you know our show, you know this is a staple of our show. The month where we view sequels.
Yes. And we are going to do a sequel that is, I can't even say long overdue. It's extraordinarily like overdue.
2.5 years, I think.
Yeah.
If it's the one I'm thinking about.
Yep, it is.
Our apologies to Mr. Robert Englund.
Yeah, because we reviewed the first Nightmare on Elm Street. I think Brian is right, like 2.5 years
Maybe
ago.
even 3 years. Like it's been a
It's
really
been
long
that
time.
long. So we are finally tackling the sequel, Nightmare on Elm Street 2, Freddy's Revenge.
Freddy's Revenge.
Yes. So, with that said, we're the Final Podcast signing off, and we will see you next week where we discuss how gay is this movie actually.
Oh my God. Well, we're the Final Podcast here, and we want to thank you for just turning up your volume and listening to this show today. We're very grateful. But please ensure to give us a subscribe on YouTube as well as listen to us wherever you listen to your podcast and your music, whether it's Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever. Please just give us a 5-star to help us grow the show. We love to do this every week. So anything that you can, please, email, comment, give us a movie suggestion. We are definitely booked out to next year, but can we make some moves potentially? We'll see. Will it work? I don't know. But yeah, we'll see you next Monday.
See you night owls later.
Ooh.